Hey, it's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success seminars and Ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future. And I am so sorry I'm late today. True story. I am at an undisclosed location at a meeting of the Transformational Leadership Council. It's an organization I belong to. It was founded by Jack Canfield, and they're probably about 100 transformational leaders here from around the world. In fact, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. And I thought it was Friday. And I was just at lunch, and somebody asked me if I do a podcast. And I said, no, but I do something similar every Saturday morning. I share a fresh new message, and I called Success Saturday. And they said, well, what was your message today? And I said, oh, you mean tomorrow? And they said, no, today's Saturday. Well, I scarfed down the rest of that asparagus and Cajun potatoes and said, I gotta go, and ran out of that room so fast. I think she's still wondering what hit her, but here I am. And since your feedback indicated that you've really been loving the vlogs that I've been doing on health and wellness, like why you need to drink enough water and why you need to eliminate white processed sugar, and in honor of my birthday coming up, only you who tuned in last week know how old I'm going to be this week. I thought I would give you 3 or 4 more tips to not only turn back the hands of time, but to allow you to perform optimally and have radiant health now, whatever your age is, and into your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And you know what's interesting? Well, I guess I could reveal this. Dr. David Perlmutter is here. He's so brilliant. And I was really happy to hear that a lot of the things he shared with us were the things that I teach, Ronnie Newman and I teach in our anti-aging course, and about how to slow, stop, and reverse aging. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. I mean, even your children, even in their teens, they should start doing what drinking water, staying away from white sugar, and what I'm going to share with you today so that they get a head start, keeping their brains and bodies healthy. So first of all, let me reiterate what I already shared, that if you do only one thing in the area of diet for better health and longevity, that would be stop eating white refined sugar. It is one of the worst offenders. Dr. Perlmutter agrees, if not the worst offender when it comes to brain inflammation. And inflammation is the main cause of your brain atrophying or aging too fast. White refined sugar and foods that act the same way in your system, like refined carbs, white bread, white pasta, they cause inflammation. And inflammation slows down communication between the neurons. And this is what causes you to feel foggy, dull, forgetful. Why did I walk in this room? What was that person's name? Furthermore, brain inflammation can be serious because it causes the neurons in the brain to die. So it plays a significant role in dementia and Alzheimer's, as well as many other degenerative diseases in the body, like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, even some cancers. So start using sugar substitutes like stevia, monk fruit, coconut palm sugar, date sugar. Dr. Perlmutter is really big on allulose, but not Splenda or NutraSweet, which are just as bad, if not worse, aspartame in causing brain inflammation. And if you want more information about sugar and these artificial sweeteners, just go back and listen to vlog number 173. And it's titled something, I don't know. It's probably something about sugar. I made up some fancy schmancy title, but basically it's don't eat sugar. Moving on, in the realm of exercise, there is now compelling research that has concluded that there are 2 exercise modalities that can slow the aging process better than others by preventing cellular degeneration. And you might be surprised to hear what they are. One is endurance training, anything that gets the heart pumping. Like even if you walk vigorously, at least 8,000 steps a day, running, biking, aerobics. The other is high intensity interval training, or HIIT, which is, as you might have guessed, high intensity bursts of cardio exercise followed by equal or longer periods of rest, like 30 seconds to a minute of sprinting, followed by a minute or 2 of walking or slow jogging. In a study published in the European Heart Journal, researchers examined the effects of different types of exercise over a 6-month period on, I don't know how many, like maybe 150 participants. Actually, I think it was 124 participants. And the participants were told to perform one of several exercise modalities. And at the end of 6 months, researchers found that high intensity interval training actually increased telomere activity more than any other modality. Telomeres are those nucleotide sequences found at the end of our chromosomes. When they shorten, aging occurs. And high intensity interval training and endurance training were the only two modalities found to substantially increase telomere length, thus producing an anti-aging effect. And new research actually shows that yoga can also increase telomere length, but only the kind of yoga that gets your heart pumping. All right, so you got to get that heart pumping, and strolling doesn't do it. You got to walk rigorously, and 8,000 steps a day is that threshold number, okay, to make a difference in your health. Okay, on to sleep. Oh, and by the way, it is good to do yoga also for balance, especially as you're getting older and people, fall and they break their hips and this and that. But yoga is very, very good to improve your balance, especially as you get older. Okay, on to sleep. We all know we need to get enough sleep, but what most people don't know is that when you sleep is equally or more important than how long you sleep. So what do I mean by that? In our sleep, we produce human growth hormone, the anti-aging hormone referred to as HGH. HGH is involved in brain function, mood, aerobic endurance, immunity. It also increases skin elasticity, stimulates fat burning, and increases muscle mass and bone density. So the good news is that we can increase our production of HGH by a factor of 5-fold, depending on our sleep habits. If I asked you, is it better to get 7 hours of sleep between 10 and 5 or 9 hours of sleep between midnight and 9? A lot of people would say, well, 9 hours, of course, because the more you sleep, the more human growth hormone you produce because it's produced while you're sleeping. But the answer is 7 hours between the hours of 10 and 5, because our bodies are tuned to our circadian rhythms. That is, they're still in tune with the sun going down, like before there were electric lights. So HGH production begins when the sun starts going down, and it really kicks in at about 10 o'clock, and then it peaks at midnight, because that was when our ancestors were deep asleep, because they're going to get up when the sun starts rising at 4. And so our HGH actually begins to decline dramatically at midnight, and there's almost no HGH produced after 2 o'clock. So if you go to sleep at midnight, you might miss peak HGH production. And finally, what do you think science is saying is one of the most insidious causes of aging of the skin and damage to the eyes? Anybody know? I know I can't hear you guessing, but you're probably guessing. Well, it's actually the blue light that emits from our computer screens. This is in addition to the EMFs, which are all around us, but that's a topic for another day. But that light that comes off the screens of our devices is called blue light, and it's known to have long-term health effects. Even the health letter of the Harvard Medical School said in July of 2020 that blue light can affect your sleep and potentially cause disease, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. And studies also say that continued exposure to blue light over time could lead to damaged retinal cells and eventually to vision problems like age-related macular degeneration and even blindness. And blue light exposure is a particular concern for children, especially really little children, because their developing eyes absorb more blue light than adults, putting them at greater risk of long-term damage to their eyes. In fact, some researchers say that macular degeneration and blindness is going to be the biggest health crisis when our kids and grandkids, who now spend hours a day exposing their eyes to blue light, become adults. And some of the other potential diseases associated with blue light are headaches, suppression of our body's melatonin, which is why you want to turn off your computers well before you go to sleep. And again, according to the Harvard Health Letter, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. So what you want to do is you want to wear blue blocking glasses, which is one way to protect your eyes from the blue light. But for your children who probably won't want to wear glasses, you want to put a blue light blocking screen on their computer. And for those of us who want to have radiant, beautiful skin into our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, what you want to do is you want to have both the screen and the glasses, because blue light has been shown to significantly age the skin. Dermatologist Dr. Stephanie Williams, yeah, she was quoted in an article in Bazaar magazine having said that, actually I have the quote right here, she says, "We are now seeing increasing data on the potential long-term harm of blue light on our skin. Our digital devices are swiftly being labeled the silent agers of our generation." And Dr. Murad, you know, he's a dermatologist and he has his own skincare brand. He said in the same article, quote, "Spending here's my roommate. Come on in, say hello. Say hello, Shell." I was just quoting from David Perlmutter. I
About
swear.
the blue light and
Yes.
this phone. This is for ELS.
This is the
Lise
wife
Perlmutter.
of Dr. Perlmutter, the beautiful
Known as
Lise. Look, known as beautiful Lise. And here is Shelley Lefko. Where are you, Shelley? Say hello.
We're looking at clothes.
Shelley Lefko of the Lefko Institute. You know both of them. So anyway, the
Yes.
last thing I was going to say, and then I'll let you guys go, is that Dr. Murad says that spending 4 8-hour work days in front of a computer exposes you to the same amount of energy as 20 minutes in the strong midday sun. I mean, nobody in their right mind would lay in the middle of the day with the sun beating down on their face. Yet many of us easily spend 8, 16, 24, 32 hours in front of our computers. So believe it or not, you will want to put on sunscreen, which is with an SPF of at least 40 if you're going to be in front of the computer for long stretches of time. But if you want to protect both your eyes and your skin, you want to wear your blue light blocking glasses, have the screens on your computer, as Lise had. She had one on her phone. And there was one other thing I wanted to tell you. When I found this out several years ago, not only, oh yeah, that's right. I just wanted to tell you that I do both. And when the holidays roll around, I absolutely gave my kids and my godkids blue light blocking screens. Oh, you could tell how excited they were to get that at Christmas time, but I did it anyway. I'm not playing around with my eyes, and I'm definitely not playing around with their eyes. So I'm going to see if I could put a link in the right below this video to the company that has the best products for, you know, the screens. They're medically rated by the FDA and the MHRA, which is the equivalent regulatory body in the UK. So that's it. Diet, sleep, exercise, protect your eyes and skin. And I'm going to say one more thing you can do for next week. And it's an important one if you are going to slow, stop, and reverse aging. So with that, happy birthday to me this week. Love you all. See you next Saturday. And bye for now.